Dale Carnegie's book has been influencing people for nearly a century. In How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, Carnegie identifies worry as one of the most destructive forces in life. While the book offers many principles for a happy life, the most important theme is overcoming worry. Carnegie shares real stories of thousands of people who have conquered worry. Let's explore some key methods. Part 1. Fundamental facts about worry. First, live fully in the present. In the spring of 1871, a young medical student came across a passage that changed his life. He was a student at Montreal General Hospital, and was overwhelmed with concerns about passing his exams and securing a livelihood. That young medical student later became one of the most renowned physicians of his time. His name was Sir William Osler. He founded the medical school at Johns Hopkins University and became a professor at Oxford, which was one of the highest honors a physician could receive in England. This is the passage that changed his life. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly in the distance but to do what lies clearly at hand. Osler was not exceptionally intelligent. His close friends described him as having a very average mind. So what was his secret to success? His philosophy was simple. Live fully in the present. He once said, "Shut out the past completely. Let the dead past bury its dead. Likewise, close the door to the future. The only salvation for mankind is today. If you carry tomorrow's burden with yesterday's weight, even the strongest will stumble." Did Osler mean we should not prepare for the future? Not at all. The best way to prepare for the future is to focus all your wisdom and energy on doing today's work to the best of your ability. That is the only true way to prepare for tomorrow. If you want to free yourself from worry, follow the advice of William Osler. Shut the doors on the past and the future. Live fully in the present. Second, a technique for handling worry. Do you need a fast and effective way to manage worrying situations? Willis Carrier, the pioneer of modern air conditioning, and founder of Carrier Corporation, developed a simple but powerful technique. During a lunch meeting, he shared a story. As a young engineer, I was assigned to install gas cleaning equipment at a factory in Pittsburgh. The project was worth millions of dollars. However, once installed, the equipment failed to perform as guaranteed. I was devastated. The stress made me physically ill, and I could not sleep. Then one day, a simple thought occurred to me. Worrying is useless. So, I devised a 3-step method to handle the problem. Step 1. I calmly and honestly analyzed the situation and asked myself, what is the worst possible outcome? I realized no one was going to imprison or harm me. At worst, I might lose my job, and the company could lose $20,000. Step 2. I prepared myself to accept the worst if necessary. I might face a setback in my career, but my employer could afford the loss. Step 3. I focused on improving the worst-case scenario. I explored ways to minimize the damage, and found that investing an additional $5,000 could solve the issue. Instead of losing $20,000, we ended up making a $15,000 profit. One of the worst things about worry is that it weakens our ability to concentrate. But once I accepted the worst possible outcome, my mind was clear to find a solution. I have used this method ever since, and as a result, I have almost eliminated worry from my life. This principle is echoed by Chinese philosopher Lin Yutang, who wrote, "True peace of mind comes from accepting the worst. It is a psychological release of energy." Thus, the second principle is, ask yourself what the worst possible outcome is. Prepare to accept it if necessary. Then, calmly work to improve upon it. Third, the impact of worry on health. In my 37 years in New York, I have never heard a public warning about the dangers of worry. Yet, 1 in 10 Americans will suffer from a nervous breakdown. Over the past 37 years, worry has caused far more harm than smallpox. Nobel Prize-winning physician Alexis Carrel once said, "A businessman who does not know how to fight worry dies young." This applies not only to businessmen, but also to housewives, veterinarians, and bricklayers. Years ago, I traveled across Texas and New Mexico with Dr. Garber, a chief medical officer for the Santa Fe Railroad. He shared this insight with me. 70% of the patients I see would not need medical care if they could eliminate worry and anxiety from their lives. Their illnesses are as real as toothaches, sometimes even more severe. Worry and fear cause nervous indigestion, stomach ulcers, heart disease, insomnia, headaches, and even paralysis. The pain is real, and the consequences are serious. If you value your life and wish to live long and healthy, remember, excessive worry has severe consequences for your health. Learn to manage it before it manages you. Part 2. Techniques for analyzing worry. The first step in tackling worry is gathering facts. Why is this important? Without a clear understanding of the facts, we cannot resolve problems effectively. Instead, we spiral into confusion and panic. Dr. Herbert Hawks, former dean of Columbia University, once said, "The biggest cause of worry is confusion." Half of the world's worries come from people trying to make decisions without enough information. Instead of making hasty choices, focus on gathering all relevant facts first. Once you have gathered the facts, the next step is to analyze them objectively. Write them down, clarify the problem, and determine the best course of action. As scientist Charles Kettering said, "A problem well stated is half solved." Once you have made a decision, act on it immediately. Do not waste time second-guessing or revisiting the problem. Doubt will only lead to more worry. I once asked Wade Phillips, a famous oil magnate, how he made decisions. He said, "Overthinking a problem leads to worry and confusion. There comes a point when further analysis is counterproductive. Once a decision is made, stop looking back and take action." Thus, the essential steps for analyzing worry are: 1. Gather all the facts. 2. Analyze them objectively. 3. Make a decision, and act upon it. 4. Eliminate all doubt and move forward with confidence. This video is based on How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Thank you for watching, and may you find peace today.